Welcome back to Sunnyside Speed Shop. In this episode, we're going to get the speed shop more organized. So keeping the shop clean has always been a hassle. This everything here on the floor is this pile of parts for my El Camino that I'm building. My workbench, very hard to keep clean. That workbench over there, completely piled full of crap. Stuff on the floor. I just don't have enough cabinet space to get this stuff hidden away. Got my 1930 Model A Coupe build here. A 29 Model A Roadster. My plan is to get some more of these Gladiator wall cabinets installed onto this wall over here. Like this whole wall that I can stuff full of storage. And still be out of the way. I mean, look, I'm parking a car underneath these. They don't even hang out far enough to be an issue. Even when my Chevelle's parked over here with the, a full roof car, it's still not an issue. I'm parking below the cabinets. So that's the plan. I'm going to buy some more of those cabinets, get them installed on this wall, put in a couple more outlets for power, and wall mount a TV right here because I got a TV. It's my old TV from my living room. I just could not throw away because I'm a hoarder. So now it's going in the garage. So that's what we're going to work on right now. All right, took some measurements off the TV. I know it's 39 by 25 and a half. Got to come 8 inches off this wall because for my future I-beam project, 39. Let's just go over a little bit further because why not? All right, I want to be in there somewhere. Let's see, half of 39 is going to be 19 and a half. This is all ballpark because it really doesn't matter where it goes. All right, this TV was already installed in my living room, so I still have the bracket on the back of it. I'm just measuring to see where this hooks into the bracket, and it is approximately 5.5 inches from the top. All right. All right, 5.5 inches down. We'll just throw that on the center. 5.5 inches and screw it in. Just gotta find some studs. That sounds like a stud. Sorry I don't have a stud finder so I can do the dad joke. I'm like, whoop, found one. Don't got that. Boom. Wood. No wood. Wood. All right. Looking good. All right. Put my level on there. And it even locks in place. Nice. Never said it was a huge TV. I think what I'm going to do is just, because the wiring's already there, I'm just going to put an outlet right here in the ceiling. I don't really care about seeing a hanging wire. So I think that's the plan. because putting one right behind the TV and hiding everything, this is a pretty serious beam. Behind this joist is a thick beam that's supporting the whole back half of the house. It's like that wide. So getting through that, through here and into here is going to be a pain. So I'm fine with the outlet right there. I don't care if I see the wire. It's got a new construction outlet box here. And put it right here. Good thing I cleaned the TV. Now I'm getting sawdust all over it. Before I start getting too crazy and cutting wire, let's turn off the power to those plugs. Alright, this circuit is on a 20 amp breaker and I'm using a 20 amp outlet. Black wire goes to gold, white wire goes to silver. Alright, another thing I want to do is add a couple outlets to this wall. And as you can see, I already got the wire hanging down. Gotta run that down inside that wall. Put an outlet right there. Another outlet over there. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is cut in where the outlet's gonna go. And I already measured. Let's see, the stud is right. Right there. That's gonna be the top. Cool. You might be wondering how I'm going to get in there. Luckily, this is kind of a false wall. There's a crawl space back there. But I just need to gain some access. So I'm going to finish cutting this. Actually, I'm going to save this because I'm going to use that for some small patches. Oh, crawl space indeed. Man, I don't know if I'm skinny enough to get in there. All right. Can I fit? And will I get stuck? Man, this is tight. I should maybe call a skinnier friend over here. Whew, I'm way too fat to be doing that kind of stuff. Whew, man. Whew. Let me show you the space I'm working with here. Yep. Pretty narrow. All right. Cool. Let's install another outlet. All right, wiring another outlet. Now you could easily just wire one side like this and one side like this and daisy chain all your outlets together. But if one fails somewhere on the line, everywhere down the line from that's gonna not work either. So I'd rather hook these together and then wire this into this, because that way, if one fails, the rest down the line do not. Once again, get to use my fancy Temu thing here. Shove all those wires in. Look at that. Done. You have to do it by hand with a pair of pliers. And it does a really good job, too. Any electricians watching this are going to be like, this guy's a hack. I'm not an electrician. I'm a hobbyist mechanic here. Jack of all trades, master of none. But wouldn't you rather know a little bit about everything instead of a lot of bit about just one thing? You know, I'd rather know a little about everything. Get more done. All right, once again, black wire goes to the gold screw. Most of these are actually labeled on the back too. Hot slash, well, no, it doesn't say, it just says hot. This one says white. But like I said, black wire, gold screw, white wire, silver screw. Bare wire, ground goes to the green screw. Pretty easy. Then to add a bit of security is to wrap your outlets in tape so you cover your screws. So in case there's a loose wire, or if you're running a metal box, which this one's plastic, so I don't have to worry about it, and you kind of slip, you're not grounding out and sparking. In the future, like if you're ever working on it, usually you're going to be turning off your power when you're working on anything anyway, but this just added a little bit of insurance. All right, that outlet hooked up. That outlet hooked up. That outlet hooked up. All right, moment of truth. Do we see any sparks fly? Oh, didn't hear anything crazy. Nice. The garage is taking shape. We got a TV. Now we need some cabinets. All right, when I installed the cabinets on this side, I realized right away that my walls are lumpy as hell. They're not straight. And instead of ripping out all the sheetrock and furring everything out and making it straight, it's a lot easier just to throw a couple of 2x4s up on the wall, shim those out so that they're straight, and then mount the cabinets to that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do over here on this side. So went and got some 14-foot lumber. I'm going to cut this down and mount it to the wall. Keep forgetting to press record on this stupid camera. So I got one of them up. Now I just need to hang the second one. This one's going to be a little bit harder. So I think to make things easier, I'm going to cut a block of wood that I can rest it on top of on each side so that I can set it in place. And then when I'm all said and done, I'll cap the end with this 45-degree, this miter. So that way when you look at it from the side and it's painted, you won't see any end grain. All right. Got that to hold up that end. And then I just got to hold up this end myself. Cool, that's gonna work. Where did I put my nail gun? While I'm going here, might as well patch this up. This is why you save your scraps. All right, got all my sheetrock patched up. Got some fast set, some hot mud here. I'm just gonna mud it up real fast, quick and dirty. Get it done. All right, put some water in this thing. That's patched up. That's patched up. Cabinets will be here soon. Install those. Prime the wall. Looking good. Nice. Time to get my garage cleaned back up. Cabinets should be here in a couple of days, and then I'll wrap this video up. Cabinets installed, and I don't know, maybe we'll throw a coat of primer on this just so it's not this wild blue anymore. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how far I get. Alright, let's get to cleaning. Alright, the cabinets finally showed up. Now I can start installing them on the wall. Since I was still waiting for those cabinets to show up from Lowe's, I just went ahead and finished the sheetrock patching, and I put a coat of primer on here just so it kind of looks a little bit better. Eventually I'll pick a color and paint this whole garage, but for now, this is good. And since I'm working all by myself, I don't have anybody to help me hold the cabinets up. I'm gonna install this ledger on the bottom so that way I can set the weight of the shelves on here, put them up, and throw some screws in. Gotta work smarter, not harder, especially when you're all by yourself. Good enough. Alright, that's a wrap. Cabinets installed. Now I got matching cabinets on both sides of the garage. Awesome. Now I can finally get all my stuff off the floor, get some of the stuff out of my bigger cabinets that I have over here. Some of my paint and stuff like that, get that out of there in the smaller cabinets, put some of the bigger items in those cabinets. I got a lot of organization to do, but super excited to finally be able to organize this garage and get things looking the way that I want. And I got a TV right there. That's pretty cool. So cool. Thanks a lot for watching. I don't know if you guys are interested in any of this garage upgrade type stuff, but I got a couple other ideas for this garage that I plan on sharing on this channel. Let me know what you think, or maybe just want me to just, cut the garage content and get right back to building cars, man. That's what we're all about. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.